Yo, GM, what's good, fam? Today on Hidden Secrets Revealed Live, conspiracy theories and cognitive bias corresponds with Tucker Carlson leaving Fox News. This isn't about politics. GM HSRL is a production of Safe New Media. Who this is for? Self actualizers, agents of progress, if you will, making the most of their lives. The viewers of this show tend to demonstrate higher than average critical thinking skills. This micro podcast live stream is not for you, sweetheart. No, it's not. I'm sorry. If you take yourself too seriously, we're going to have to ask you if you could just, yeah, thanks. If you are a seeker, let me be your guide to discover divine and fundamental truth for yourself. Let me help you increase the quality and effectiveness of your life by revealing to you the hidden secrets of the universe. But this show is specifically for those who are seeking new perspectives, fresh ideas, and a willingness to explore new possibilities. My intention is to help you stay ahead of the curve and make the most out of emerging opportunities. As you are well aware, there are many in our community who may want to apply my unique perspective to their own businesses in developing new products and services. Tell me what you think I can do to help you in our private Telegram. There's access through guild.xyz, guild.xyz/deep tribe. Today on HSRL, the following episode is not political and not a criticism of anyone affiliated with any particular media outlet. The fact that Fox News agreed to pay $757.5 million to Dominion Voting Systems to settle the election software company's defamation claim does not necessarily indicate that they were lying about claims of election fraud. However, Dominion had sued Fox for $1.6 billion, arguing that the top rated news outlet damaged the company's reputation by peddling phony conspiracy theories that claimed its equipment switched votes from former President Donald Trump to Democrat Joe Biden. Fox News acknowledged the court's rulings finding certain claims about Dominion to be false, and the settlement reflects Fox's continued commitment to the highest journalistic standards. Therefore, it's possible that Fox News promoted false information about the 2020 presidential election, but it's not clear whether they were lying or simply reporting on unverified claims. Deadline reports that the Dominion versus Fox litigation primarily focused on other Fox personalities like I don't even watch Fox. I don't even know who these people are really. Lou Dobbs is one of them. But in particular, we're talking about this guy, Tucker Carlson, today. And I have nothing, like, it's totally cool. There's no, I'm not saying one way or the other. I agree or disagree with anybody here. Okay. Okay, but they do concur that claims that the 2020 election, they claimed that it was rigged. But as the trial date approached, a trove of internal texts and emails were made public, a number of them embarrassing to Carlson and the network. In one, Carlson lamented that a news side reporter, Jackie had fact-checked and debunked a Trump tweet about election fraud and possibly wanted her fired for going against the narrative. By the way, I'm going live right now, totally unbiased. That's not true. Everyone has biases, and I acknowledge mine. But I'm live there on YouTube. Smash that subscribe button. Thanks. Welcome to the new subscribers there on YouTube. I won't twist your arm for subscribing to the Safe New Media YouTube channel, but it does help the channel grow, and I do appreciate it. I'm also live on LinkedIn and Twitter. For my LinkedIn friends, there is a link in the description. There it's just for brands. Un momento. That's not it. That's about. Take that link down. That's the one for my music to get the. Okay, that's the one. safenewmedia.com/brands. And my friends on Twitter, I love you guys. I really do. I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks to you, this is the only live stream podcast of its nature at this hour, going live on Twitter. Thanks to you guys. This is the most popular live stream podcast right now. About you. I appreciate you guys. So there is evidence of cognitive bias in the news media, particularly confirmation bias, right? Confirmation bias can influence what data is gathered and featured, which sources are interviewed and deemed credible, how evidence and quotes are framed, and how stories are presented. Does anyone disagree with this? Leave a comment, retweet this. Even if you're making fun of me, I don't care, as long as it's funny. People tend to focus on headlines and tags without reading the article. So I want to bring to your attention 4 types of cognitive biases that are especially relevant in relation to fake news. Number 1, availability heuristic. Usually we don't have time to do objective research. People are generally lazy, and that's okay. There are more important things to worry about than headlines. The trouble is that our pre-established worldview is automatically reinforced without regard to the accuracy of information. Number 2 is social proof. It's often too mentally laborious to think for ourselves when faced with uncertainty. Instead, it's easier to defer to popular opinion. Do what most people do when in doubt, right? Agency cost. Agency cost is an economic concept that refers to the cost associated with the relationship between a principal and an agent. The agent is given powers to make decisions on behalf of the principal. However, the two parties may have different incentives, and the agent generally has more information. In this context, it's often too costly to go against the narrative. Number 4 is the power of memes. We all love them. We all share them. The funniest memes win. Okay. So in this context, a meme is an idea that spreads easily. Usually it contains some amount of truth, but sometimes it is harmful to the advancement of truth. However, there's no verifiable evidence that the news media as a whole is biased in a particular direction, and studies on this topic are often limited to small samples or specific context. In the case of the Dominion versus Fox litigation, that case highlights the dangers of cognitive bias in the news media. Confirmation bias, in particular, can lead news outlets to gather and feature data that supports their preconceived notions or biases while ignoring or dismissing data that contradicts them. This can be very problematic, especially when it comes to reporting on politics and elections. Ugh, so boring. But the stakes are high and emotion runs strong. Well, in that case, it reveals how powerful media outlets they they use their platform. This is what they do. They use their platform to amplify conspiracy theories and unverified claims, potentially damaging the reputation of companies, of individuals. It happens. You guys know it, right? In the case of Dominion voting systems, Fox News promoted false information about the company, leading to a it's a big number, $757.5 million settlement. Okay, it's not clear whether Fox News intentionally lied, like I said, or if they just reported on unverified claims. But their actions highlight the importance of fact checking and journalistic integrity. When a media outlet appeals to a politically left or right audience, they're incentivized to slant their narrative in a way that appeals to their audience political leanings. Why? Because they want to maintain and increase their viewership or their readership. And one way to do this is by reinforcing their audience's pre-existing beliefs and values. For example, if a media outlet appeals to a politically left audience, they may be incentivized to slant their narrative in a way that aligns with progressive values and liberal policies. This could mean framing issues in a way that highlights social justice, equality, and human rights, and criticizing conservative policies and politicians. By doing so, this is what they do. What happens? They attract more left leaning viewers, more left leaning readers who agree with their perspective and values. We tend to listen to people who we agree with. By the way, if you disagree with me, tell me. I want to know exactly why you disagree with me. Retweet. And like I said, make fun of me. It's totally cool. I just want you to be funny if you do. That's all I ask. Okay, but I want to talk to people I disagree with. I love it. Similarly, if a media outlet appeals to a politically right audience, they may be incentivized to slant their narrative in a way that aligns with conservative values and policies. What does that mean? Framing issues in a way that highlights individual freedom, personal responsibility, and traditional values, and criticizing progressive policies and politicians. That's what they do. Nothing wrong with it. Just acknowledge it, right? The thing is, when they do that, they may attract more right-leaning viewers and readers who agree with their perspective and values. And people who disagree don't listen. They That's where we get into confusion. We don't listen to people we disagree with. How are we supposed to understand them? However, slanting the narrative like that leads to confirmation bias and the spread of inaccurate information. Okay, certain facts or viewpoints are ignored or dismissed in favor of a particular ideology. So, what happens? The whole situation undermines the credibility and trustworthiness of the media outlet, as well as contributes to polarization and division within society. Therefore, it's important for media outlets to strive for balance and objective reporting rather than catering to a particular political ideology. Now, I know this show is about my ideology, and if you understand irony, you can deal with it. So, the real problem is that if we don't seek out diverse perspectives, we can't fact check claims. We we lose relevant information, and if we're not fair and nuanced, we're going to get confused. So media outlets can foster a more informed and democratic society. They can contribute to a healthier public discourse if they wanted to. Besides media outlets, In our own quest for ultimate truth, as defined by what is accurate explanation of how the universe actually works, not to mention the multiverse, the metaverse, and our own personal reality, I want to know the truth. By truth, like I said, I define that as accurate information. In conclusion, our prime directive is to make good decisions for the advancement of ourselves and for others. Hidden Secrets Revealed Live is a production of Safe New Media, unconventional, diversified, global digital media company devoted to the practice, administration, and the dissemination of the ideologies of its founder, yours truly. And that's exactly why you should continue to watch and share this. My name is Sean Allen Fenn .eth, and this is totally not a cult. But if it were a cult, you could easily join. You could start by going to the official website, safenewmedia.com/HSRL, and entering your email. But what I suggest is getting into the private chat on Telegram, which you can access through guild.xyz. Before I go any further, let's take down Mr. Carlson. Enough. So, in conclusion, I invite you to access the private Telegram. The plan is for our community to share with each other the systems, processes, and workflows that we are successfully using in order to help each other grow. The channel is the inner circle, but the deep tribe is the private chat. If it were a cult, the tenets of faith would be posted at safenewmedia.com/deep tribe. I'm not saying it's a cult, but if it were, this is where our tenets of faith would be posted. I appreciate you guys watching Hidden Secrets Revealed live. Ask any questions about today's show in the private chat. Team up with me to bring about serious advancement for each other. Thanks for making this the most popular live stream at this hour, broadcasting on Twitter. I have spoken.